Hey y'all, it's Beth here. And did you know that one of the biggest selling points for any home fragrance product is their scent strength? It's super disappointing to pop a wax melt into your warmer or light a candle only for it to flop. The solution? Our huge selection of fragrance oils formulated specifically for candles and wax melts. There's thousands of scents to choose from, but one of our best sellers is Orange Vanilla Dreamsicle. Once you use it, you'll see why people keep coming back for more of this super sweet scent. To make these melts extra special, see if you can find an orange-shaped silicone mold like this one. We got this one on Amazon, but there are lots of dedicated DIY and hobby stores online and in person that sell shaped molds like this. You can also use regular clamshell molds, as the color combo we're using today is pretty recognizable. First, let's make the orange layer. For super strong scented wax melts, I recommend using one of our in-house premium wax blends. I cut 3 ounces of Parasoy 6600 container blend into cubes so it will melt down easily over a double boiler. I'm also tossing in a little chunk of an orange dye block. A half a gram is plenty to achieve a vibrant color with this amount of wax. AFI's premium Parasoy 6600 can hold certain fragrances at up to a 12% concentration, meaning it's a great choice for candles and melts that pack an aromatic punch. That being said, with a quality fragrance oil, you don't need a bunch of it to stand out. Once the wax is fully melted and reading about 185 degrees Fahrenheit on an infrared or wax thermometer, remove it from the heat and let it cool 10 degrees before adding the fragrance oil. Like I said, if you're using a high quality fragrance made for candles, a little bit goes a long way. I'm using 6% fragrance load in these melts and scenting them with Orange Vanilla Dreamsicle. I always come back to this one when I want a candle or wax melt that makes everyone walk into the room, stop to get a whiff, and take in the sweet nostalgic scent of summer. Pour the fragrance in when the wax is sitting at 175 degrees Fahrenheit and stir gently but thoroughly. Stirring for at least a minute or two ensures it's evenly distributed throughout the wax. So when the melts are used, they'll have a consistent and strong throw. Just make sure you don't stir too vigorously. This can create bubbles that will turn into air pockets when the wax cools. Let the wax temperature drop some more before pouring it in your mold. If you're using a silicone mold, 160 degrees is optimal. But if you're filling clamshell molds, it's best to let it drop to around 140 degrees to make sure the plastic doesn't warp or melt. Fill the mold cavities 2/3 of the way full, which will leave room for the white layer you'll pour next. Give these little guys at least a couple hours to fully cool before you move on to the next step, so the layers are clearly separated. Once the orange wax has solidified, repeat the previous steps using another ounce of the same wax type with no candle dye. Add the rest of the orange vanilla fragrance oil, stir, cool to a slightly lower temperature than you did for the first layer, and fill the molds to the top. My wax is 150 degrees right now as I'm finishing up these melts. Give them just a little more time so the second layer can solidify as well and pop them out. If you just can't wait, you can use them in a wax warmer right away. But it's ideal to give Parasoy blends at least 48 hours to cure. This gives the wax and fragrance molecules time to fully settle in with each other, which will improve their throw. I promise the patience will pay off. If you like seeing this fragrance in action and want to experience it in your own candles or wax melts, pick up a free sample over at afi-usa.com/shop. There, you can browse thousands of our tried and true candle fragrances, as well as blends made exclusively for soaps, perfumes, lotion, and more. Become a member of the Fragrance Fam if you're not already by subscribing and ringing that bell icon. For more tips and tutorials, head on over to FragranceU.com to enroll in our free candle making course so you can become an expert in no time. Thanks for watching, y'all. See you in the next one. Bye.